In 1931, a group of geologists and explorers set out on what would be the first mission of its kind in South America, mapping the Peruvian coastal region from the sky. The leaders of this expedition were Harvard geologist Robert Shippey and the pioneer in aerial photography George Johnson. From above, their survey covered several thousands of kilometers of terrain, with specific emphasis on prehistoric ruins, lost villages, and unusual landforms. Early on in their mission, the team surprisingly caught sight of long straight stone structures in the landscape that seemed to stretch for miles. The area had been explored by adventurers and archaeologists for decades now, and both men believed the region's ruins were all but discovered, but these structures weren't mentioned anywhere. Intrigued, Shippey and Johnson immediately decided to return a few days later. What they found had apparently been hidden completely from view on the ground. They were stunned to discover what they would later call the Great Wall of Peru. The Great Wall of Peru soon made the news and was featured promisingly in newspapers such as the New York Times. The ruins were further inspected by leading Peruvian archaeologist Julio Cesar Teo, considered to be the father of Peruvian archaeology. Together with Shippey and Johnson, Teo confirmed the authenticity of the wall, which he determined to be built between 12 to 1300 AD by the Quimus, an ancient pre-Inca people that ruled over a vast empire along Peru's coast. Shortly after its discovery then, it looked as if the Great Wall of Peru was headed for the spotlights, alongside already famous ruins such as that of Machu Picchu. But instead, the existence of the Great Wall of Peru went into obscurity. After 1938, reports on the Great Wall of Peru went silent, and discussion or mention of it disappeared. So what happened to the Great Wall of Peru now almost 90 years after its initial discovery? Well, the wall hasn't disappeared, but today, if you'd look for information on the wall, you'll find only a few ambiguous mentions of anything resembling the find made by Shippey and Johnson. First off, the wall now seems to be called Muralla Quimu or Muralla La Cumbre, with Muralla La Cumbre actually being the official name for the ruins of the wall listed as a National Heritage Site and is protected by state authority since 2007. In fact, using Google Earth, you can still spot this part of the ruins of the wall in the same way they were first spotted by Shippey and Johnson. But as you look, you'll quickly see some alarming things going on, and you'll understand why the only few articles that mention the wall nowadays are reports on its destruction. What you see is the Great Wall of Peru, supposedly a protected archaeological site, being actively destroyed. Since the 1960s, the Peruvian coastal region has had several projects seeking to develop these lands economically. The province La Libertad, where the ruins of the Great Wall of Peru are situated, is one of these lands under development. These projects revolve around exploiting the area's resources and water supplies through mining and irrigation projects that both have a particular impact on the surrounding areas. One project in particular, the Kavimochic project, has had several lasting impacts for archaeological remains in the coastal province. The Kavimochic project centers around the building of irrigation canals so that the area becomes better suited for agricultural production and can boost Peru's exports. But the dry and loose soil along Peru's coast drains very badly, which causes it to expand when irrigated. Several studies have shown the increasing water table caused by irrigation to be a danger that threatens archaeological sites in the province. It supposedly even threatens the region's largest city of Trujillo, and that city's renowned World Heritage Site, the ruins of Chan Chan, which was once the capital of the Quimu Empire. But despite all these concerns, since the early 2000s, irrigation systems have only seen the approval and start of a new phase of expansion in the Kavimochic project that addresses none of these issues. The critical state of Chan Chan has long been known. From the moment Chan Chan was listed as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1986, the monument was included as well in the list of endangered sites. But aside from rising water levels, for the last 10 years, the deliberate destruction of the Great Wall of Peru has reached a staggering pace. In the early 2000s, a supreme decree was issued which simplifies procedures to obtain an archaeological clearance certificate, which allows infrastructure projects to deconstruct archaeological heritage in favor of these building projects, despite these sites having national heritage status. In the case of the Great Wall of Peru, this has led to large parts being demolished both legally and illegally for construction roads or canals as part of mining initiatives and the Kavimochic project. In 2012, the Peruvian Association of Rock Art published pictures of its destruction and total neglect. A year later, despite concerned reactions by government agencies, nothing had changed. In 2014, pictures were even published where parts of the wall were being used as a container wall for garbage sites. While the new economic projects are in essence not a bad thing, turning an arid landscape into fertile lands for agricultural production and offering welcome economic opportunities for Peruvians, the question arises whether these modern developments validate the destruction of archaeological heritage in a region of which much has already been lost, looted, or destroyed. The current rate of destruction only continues, and all traces of the old Kimu Wall and the many sites surrounding it, a testament to the ancient Kimu kingdom, will vanish if no balance is created between the country's economic and cultural needs. For the future of a once sprawling monument discovered from the sky back in 1931, the clock is ticking.